Welcome! I would love to offer today a session where I guide you through a warm-up using the Sun Salutation and transforming it, getting inspired with 2100 asanas. You know that I love using this book. If you follow my channel, this is how I get creative and keep getting new inspiration for my personal practice. In my other videos, you see me walk through my creative process, and today I thought we could use that same idea of being inspired by the day, by the moment, by the present proposal. And I tried to find a logic between the poses that we're going to work with. So here we have baby cradle pose in boat pose. It started from there. And so you notice that it's a seated position, that you have one leg in sort of a pigeon pose with one hip open. Here, abdominal lift pose. The tiger pose. Tree pose in one-legged extended four limbs staff pose. So initially I had a crush. My eyes went on this one, but then I thought that this has more of a rapport, a better link with the other pose that we chose that has the open hip and that shape coming to the pigeon. So let's see, maybe we can walk from one into the other, we'll see. Just a little point, this is on the balls of the feet, and that one is on the coup de pied, on the top of the foot. And last but not least, a side plank with a leg that's open on the side. So here, Vasishthasana. For those who feel motivated, we'll do the extended leg version. All right, that's here. So the goal of that practice and that warm-up together is that I walk you through with the breath, that we work with core strength. There's a lot of plank and holding our strength and our center. So we will focus on this, and also we will be talking about open hips and parallel hips since we are opening the leg to the side. And I think probably there's a pigeon that will go in here and some fun transitions. The way that I'll be proceeding is how I do it in my class. Is I have a structure, which is the Sun Salutation, A and B, and inside of it, I just take scenic rounds and I come back, and I take another scenic round and I come back. So instead of doing what I know how to do, or what I know I can do in a certain way, I just let myself get surprised. And so in these little bubbles, outspurs of creativity that are nourished by 2100 asanas, I improvise. I let myself flow through things, and knowing that I still want to get to the next flat part that I already know. So this is the flow that is being expected, and so I know that even if I'm in that part of the loop, I still have to join that part. So hopefully this can nourish your creativity as well. So let's first review our basic Sun Salutation. Deep inhale, arms up overhead. Reaching for the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Relax the head down. Deep inhale, lengthen your spine, pushing your hands into the thighs. Exhale, fold forward, hands on the ground, hip width apart, and chaturanga. Push back, pull forward, deep inhale, upward dog. Opening the heart, feet parallel. Exhale, pulling from center, coming into downward dog. So usually we have 5 breaths here. Deep inhale. We're only going to do 2. Exhale. And keeping your fingers wide, spread apart.
Feet parallel, knees really aligned, and hips. And on your next exhale, walk or jump forward, feet between the hands, nice and light. Inhale, flatten the back. Exhale, release forward, relaxing the neck. And all the way up with your heart. Inhale, and your head. And exhale. I decided to write very symbolically, schématiquement, the poses that we've taken. So as a reminder, I will keep this next to my yoga mat. So that was our baby cradle pose into boat pose. Then we had the abdominal lift pose. Then we had the tiger pose. That one's very sassy. Then we have our extended staff pose, and with a variation of the leg that's open. And finally, we have a pose dedicated to Vasishta, so Vasishtasana. All right, which is a side plank with our open hip. Let's have fun. Our poses are those. All right, there. So this one has our leg coming across. Okay. Our second one was this one. So starting from down. So it's nice to try some of the poses individually before you start flowing into them, just to know how you actually get into them in the most direct way, easy, non-artistic. So just you go there. Your purpose is to just try it out. Then we had that pose, and she was woohoo on her coup de pied, and I think she had her arms a little bit more forward. That's really hardcore for our abs. Okay, knees. Another version was this, a little bit easier. Shoulders over hands and leg here. And actually in the drawing, the picture, he had his leg really tucked into tree pose. Okay, but we can do a variation with our leg more open without pressing on the thigh. All right, from there, we had this one or this one. You can choose the variation that you like. And if it's too difficult today, you just put a foot in front or in the back. All right, our last one, also with our side open. So tiger pose, yeah? Again, those are the variations you could do. And if it's too hard, you just stay here. Or you can grab your knee with your hand. All right. So notice as you're just doing each pose individually, which are the common points. 3 of my poses, the last 3, had the plank in common. So either the plank with your face, actually it's face down or face on the side, so facing you, so side plank. The last 2 had the open body, open spine to the side, and we need the support of the shoulder being down in that case and pushing your shoulder away from the ground in order not to sink in and not hurt your shoulder girdle. And then the other common point between a few of those poses is keeping the en dehors, keeping the knee bent. And let's see how we put this all together. All right? So we take the same base and we're going to add our modifications. And I'm going to take my cheat sheet here. Doop. Coming together in the front of our mats. Deep inhale. And exhale, we're going to bring the left knee up as the arms float down. Deep inhale. And exhale. We're going to fold forward as we would have done earlier. Now I'm going to extend the leg. And inhale. Lengthen the back and the back of the neck for Utkatasana. Exhale, we're going to place our hands on the floor and step the left leg back and then the right. All right, let's stay. We're going to take Another breath to open the hip to the side, but keep the legs in place. Exhale. You're going to bring the right knee in. Inhale. So do not put pressure on the knee. Exhale, chaturanga. And inhale, downward dog. All right, and as we're here, I'm going to bring the leg back and turn to parallel again and try and slide or walk the hands forward. Okay. And knee down. Let's take a little break. Puppy pose. So keeping your hands in place, just let your heart come down to the ground. Deep inhale. And perineum, exhale. Pulling from the chest, from the pelvis, rounding the upper back, letting the neck be nice and long, ears between the arms. And let's come into camel pose. Deep inhale. Give a stretch and some love to your pectorals. Make sure that the core is nice and strong in order to protect your back. Exhale. Okay. To our plank. Deep inhale. Okay, let's move to the side. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Creating letter K. Inhale. Grab your toe. Exhale. Point the toes. Whoop. Release. And coming to the side. Okay. Exhale. From here. Opening the leg. I'm taking a long detour from our downward dog. I still haven't forgotten a downward dog. So here we're working on opening both legs and both hips. So instead of pointing my toes forward, I'm going to try and direct the last 4 toes towards the ground and keeping the hips open. The idea is that you don't get the hip off the ground, but really that you anchor both hips here. And with the pull of your right hand into your right knee, you're feeling the stretch of your adductors and giving really different directions of your knee going in one direction and toes of the leg, left leg going on the other side. All right, and from here, let's lengthen the legs, so stabilizing in the hips. Whoop. And perineum, zip the lower belly, lower abs, and come and get your the tip of the shoulder blades on the ground. Okay, and from here, little dancer's transition. I'm going to release the legs into the floor, pull through center, and let the leg, hip, and shoulders come into the floor. And going into a downward dog. Okay, we're back to our Sun Salutation. Deep inhale. And exhale. And deep inhale. And pulling the pelvis far away from the hands, pushing into your hands. Really finding that the iliac bones are trying to find to kiss the upper thighs. And for the last one, relevé, plié, extend the heel and stretch, and plié, relevé, inhale, stay, and exhale, jump as light as you can. Inhale. Let's clasp our hands together this time. Exhale. Inhale. Chair pose and little undulation. Okay. Someday over the rainbow. So now, instead of giving you the left side and exactly the same on the right, I will let you rewind and mirror the sequence. Now we're back. You have done left and right pose. This time, let's focus on our breath and also have a little bit more artistic dance transitions. All right. Standing on your 2 feet, exhale. Inhale, activate your center and your midline. Hug the core as you're saluting the sun. Exhale, bring your weight onto the left side to raise the right knee. Deep inhale, impulse coming out, wave to come down. Exhale. Deep inhale, lengthen the leg and the spine. Balance challenge. Exhale, coming down, walking yourself back and keeping the left leg open. Deep inhale. And figure eight. Figure eight. Stay, inhale. And bring the weight of your shoulders in front of your hands. And rolling onto the coup de pied. Make sure that you're not breaking at the ankle. Open the heart, let it shine forward. And exhale, bring the leg in parallel, hip width apart. Okay, from here, walk your hands forward. And little challenge, little wave from pelvis, chest, chin, and head. Hands on the ground. And coming into puppy pose. Deep inhale. Same wave, contracting from lower belly. Let it ripple through the front of the body. You can also think about the tailbone rolling in and trying to isolate each vertebra one at a time. Okay, pull from center, from perineum, as if somebody was pulling you back. Adding an impulse. Okay, holding from the core here. Place the hands back. Open the heart, inhale. And let's add an undulation. So this time I'm going to use the weight in my hands. Use an opportunity to stretch my quads. And dip down. Coming back here onto plank position. Deep inhale. Left leg up. And exhale. Let's go to the right side. Okay, now let's turn out the upper leg and connecting our elbow and our knee. And extend and whoop. Little challenge, balance. Balance, challenge, balance, balance, challenge. And flex the foot. Keep pushing the pelvis forward and up. Heart is open. And I'm really pressing into my right hand. And okay, releasing with an impulse. And from here. And from here. Let's bring the right knee down. Whoop, push the pelvis back and open. And this time, tiger pose. Inhale. And exhale. Okay. I will add one more move that we didn't do previously, but that I thought would be there in the elaboration of the class. It's our pigeon pose. Okay, give some love to the left butt cheek. Slide the right hip back. Try and have right leg back. Both hips nice and square. Keep opening in your chest. Keeping the spine long. And from here, we are going to dip down towards our left side, and you might get out of your mat at that stage. Whoop. And try and keep both hips in the floor. All right, turn out on both sides. So if I don't turn out and give intention in that leg, I have a tendency to keep the hip up. So you really want to find those spirals from the hip into the leg. Let me just place myself again. Inhale. And let's wave. Inhale. Exhale. When I'm waving my arms here, I keep the core nice and strong and pressing the back of my head in the ground. Support the cervical spine. And exhale. Bringing the legs together and zipping from down up to protect the perineum. Shoop. Cross, criss, cross, criss, cross. Okay, and plie, extend, flex, together, and demi-point, point, and plie, soften the elbows, and flex. Okay, demi-point, point, and flex. Let's reverse it. Point, point, and flex, as if your toes are digging on both sides, and now pulling back. All right, from there, we came back earlier, so let's go into a little ball, rolling onto the left side, placing ourselves again onto the mat if you wish. Let's take a little walk here to come on our mats and really find the different points of contact of our feet and hands with the floor. Deep inhale, lengthen the spine, exhale. And relever, plier, exhale, heels down, extend and relever, plier, heels down, long legs and reverse it, plier, relever, extend, heels down and plier, relever, whoop, wave out, back and forth with your weight, shoop. Okay, let's try and go into first en dehors, deep inhale, and exhale, release, arms forward, and plier, gather your arms towards the pelvis, roll up, exhale, okay, go left, and now balance. So before I go into demi-point, I'm going to really send my pelvis towards the big toe and look far in front of me. Pelvis forward. Ooh. Okay. Hope you're feeling warm and good in the body. I invite you to go backwards and just mirror everything I just did. If you like this video today, give it a like. You can also share the love. Make sure that you subscribe to that channel and leave me in your comments below what you have learned today. Anything that you've learned today, please write it in the comments below. I'm always curious to know. I'm always asking my students in class what is their intention coming in the room. Then they have the session and then we see what we walk away with. So this is what I want to know from you today. Make sure to tag me in your next solo flow if you wish, and I'll see you around. Thank you again.